Let's start off with what is a PowerShell drive. A Windows PowerShell drive is a data store location that you can access like a file system drive in Windows PowerShell. The Windows PowerShell providers create some drives for you, such as the file system drives, the registry drives, and the certificate drive. And you can create your own PowerShell drives. Some of the default PowerShell drives that will show up on your computer include the alias drive. This is going to use the alias provider to give you access to all of the aliases currently available in your PowerShell session. The C drive, and in addition, any other local disks that are attached to your computer system. This will give you access to the file system drives that are available on your computer. The cert drive. This is going to give you access to browse the certificate store of the current user and local machine. env. This is going to list all of the environmental variables on your computer system. Function. This is going to show all functions available in the PowerShell session. HKCU. This is going to be the registry hive for your HKey_current_user within the registry. HKLM. This is going to give you access to the registry hive for HKey_local_machine on your local computer. Variable. This is going to list every single variable that is available in your PowerShell session. And finally, WSMan, which is all of the WSMan configuration, which can be modified by navigating this drive. Let's talk a little bit about the different PS drive commandlets. The first one I want to introduce you to is git-ps drive. This is going to show all PS drives that exist on your computer. Create a new file system PS drive by using new-ps drive. You will see in this example that there are a few different parameters that you have to specify. In this specific example, we are creating a new PS drive named S, which uses the PS provider file system and points to a file share on the network, specifically on server 01. You can also remove PS drives by using the remove-ps drive command. Let's go ahead and let's jump into a demonstration of using PS providers and PS drives. We are going to start this demonstration by opening Windows PowerShell. The first command we want to type is going to be git-ps provider to see what is currently installed on this computer system. You will see that it is just the default PS providers. Now the next thing we want to see is the PS drives that exist on this computer system. You will see that there are more PS drives than there are PS providers. And that is because the PS drives will use the PS providers to access the different data stores. In this example, you will see that there is an A drive, a C drive, and a D drive that all use the file system provider. The A drive would point to our floppy drive, and our C and D drives are just local file system disks. You will also notice that the registry provider is listed 2 times. That is because it's pointing to 2 different hives within our registry. Let's go ahead and create a new PS drive. The command to do that is new PS drive with the parameter name specifying the value of what the PS drive will be named. We are going to call it S. Keep in mind that you cannot use a number at the beginning of a PS drive name. The PS provider is going to be a file system drive that we will point to. And then finally, the root, which is where the data is currently stored. Let's go ahead and point this to DC1 under the saved help folder that we created earlier to update the help on this file system. When we run this, it will return the output that it has created a new PS drive. When we run git-ps drive, we will see that we now have another PS drive listed named S. However, if we close PowerShell and reopen it, and we type git-ps drive, we will see that the S drive is now gone. That is because that was not a persistent PS drive that we created. To create a persistent PS drive, you have to use the parameter -persist. So we will do that now. Let's type new-ps drive again with the name. This time we'll name it P instead of S. And we will use the same PS provider as we had before, a file system, with the root being a little bit different. We are going to point to DC1 at the posh folder instead. It doesn't matter where we point. We could point this to the saved help folder. However, I'd like to use another folder that we are using on that file system. And then we're going to specify the persist parameter. When we type get-ps drive now, you will see that it looks exactly the same as the S drive had before. However, this time it's telling us how much space is currently being used on the P drive. If we close out of PowerShell and reopen it and run get-ps drive again, we will see that the P drive is still there. In fact, if we open up Windows Explorer, we will see that it is listed as a network location under this PC. That is because it created it as a mapped drive.